Hello everyone, I am Sainul Abid, Assistant Professor, PG Department of Commerce from E-Content Development Center, Majlis Arts and Science College, Puramanur. In this video, I am going to discuss the term decision making and its types of decision and steps of decision making. After this session, you will be able to define the term decision making and types of decision making. Decision making is the essential function of a manager. A manager life is always filled with a constant series of decisions such as where to invest the profit, what to do an employee who is always be late, where the firms should build their warehouse, what priority will give which subject in the department meeting and so on. The word decision is derived from the Latin word decido, which means to cut off. This decision means to comes to a conclusion. A decision making is the process of selecting the best alternative from the different alternatives. Here is a definition for the decision making. According to J.W. Duncan, he said decision making is the process of selecting a course of action from two or more alternatives. There is another definition. According to James Toner, he said decision making is the process of selecting, identifying a course of action to solve a specific problem. So we can conclude in this above definition, decision making is the process of selecting different alternative or selecting the best alternative from different alternatives to solve a specific problem in an organization. So we can move on to the next topic, steps in decision making or process of decision making. Decision making is a process. It is said to be a process because it involves a number of series steps taken to reach a conclusion. So, we are going to discuss the major steps included in decision making. Here, we have 7 major steps in decision making. The first step is to analyze and identify the problem or opportunity of an organization. Under this section, the manager should find out the problem correctly. The problem means the differences between actual states of affairs and the desired states of affairs. So, the first step is the manager is to identify the problem what we want to solve in an organization or making a solution to solve a problem. The second step is determination of an objectives. Every organization has their own objectives. At majority of the organization, the prime aim of the organization is to maximize their profit. The third step in decision making, develop alternatives. Alternative means the ways to achieve the objectives of an organization. So, under this step, the manager should find out all possible alternatives to achieve our objectives. After that, the fourth step, evaluation of the alternatives. Evaluation of the alternative means the examination of the available alternatives. After finding out the alternatives, the manager should examine or analyze the benefits and limitation of the available alternatives given criteria. After the evaluation of the alternatives, the fifth step in decision making, selecting the best alternative of the given alternatives, which means after the evaluation, the manager should select the best and more important alternative from the given alternative or available alternative. Under these steps, the manager should find out the maximum benefit of the available or selecting alternatives. After the selection of the alternatives, the next step in decision making, the implementation of the alternatives or the plan, which means after evaluation and selection of the given alternatives, the manager should implement the various levels of the management the selected alternatives. After implementing the alternatives, the final step in decision making is evaluate the result or follow up and feedback. In this step, The manager should take any feedback from the subordinator after implementing the alternatives. This is the steps included in the decision making. So we can move on the next term, types of decision. There are several types of decisions are available. In this slide, we are going to discuss the major types of decisions. The first decision is programmed and non-programmed decisions. Programmed decision is a repetitive in nature. It is made by the lower level management. These decisions are related to the routine and recurring problem of an organization. Granting leave of an employee, purchasing the raw materials of an organization are the best examples of programmed decisions. The next decision is non-programmed decisions. Non-programmed decisions are non-repetitive in nature. Such decisions deals with the unusual problems of an organization. That is, or the examples of non-programmed decisions to opening a new branch in an organization, to shift our business in any other area of operation, etc. The second types of decision is tactical and strategic decision. Strategic decisions are made by the top level management. Such a decision related to problem and matters of the important and critical for the survival, success and profitability of an organization. The tactical decision is the supporting decision implemented for the accomplishment of the strategic decision. The next classification of decision is individual and group decision. Individual decision means the decisions are made by individually. In this decision, the individual managers will made a decision by using their skill and knowledge and predetermined techniques to solve a problem. In the group decision, the decisions are made by the managers, two or more managers jointly. These decisions are relate a problem involving the interest of functional departments. The last classification of decision is personal and organizational decision. Personal decision means the decisions are made by single individual, which relate to the retirement and resignation of the post of an employees. Group decision means these decisions are made by managers in their formal capacity as managers. These decisions such as the declaration of dividend and alteration of share capital, etc. I hope all of you understood the term decision making and steps in decision making. So, thank you.